Hi, this is Amber with today's Take a Breather Tech Minute, and today we're going to talk about a cool little tool called InsertLearning that I think is a great extra thing to add in to learn from home as a great way to engage with online content. So let's take a look. The first thing you're going to want to do is go to the Chrome Web Store and look for the InsertLearning extension. I already have it installed, so I have my little green added banner across the top, but you'll see an Add to Chrome button. It has an I and an L and a little arrow that says InsertLearning. This is the one that you're looking for, and it's offered by InsertLearning.com. So you'll want to go ahead and install that extension. Once you install it, you'll see the InsertLearning icon at the top of your browser. So now what I'm going to do is take you to Time for Kids article. So let's imagine this is an article that I want to share with my students because it's an article that talks about how the spread of COVID-19 has impacted zoos, and I want them to start thinking about this from a different perspective. So I could just send them the link to this article and then create a Google form with some questions, or have a Google Doc where I wanted them to type in some answers, but I'm going to show you how I can put everything I need into this one page using InsertLearning. So the first thing I'm going to do after I find my article that I want to use is I'm going to click on the InsertLearning icon, and it's going to ask me to sign in. Well, what I want to do is use sign in with Google because that makes it a lot easier so that I only have to remember one username and password, and I'm signed into Chrome, and it makes just everything work great. So once I sign into InsertLearning, I'm going to get a toolbar on the left-hand side. Some of the things that you'll see are the Assign button, Highlight Text, Insert a sticky note, insert a question, and insert a discussion along with more options. So I'm going to say that this article, World Wild Web, I want my students to begin reading it, and after they read the topic sentence, it asks about finding new ways to raise money while they're not able to have people come visit the zoos. So I want them to kind of brainstorm right from the beginning of the article. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I want to insert a question here for them to start thinking about. So I'm going to click on Insert Question and click on the paragraph above where I want the question to appear. So I do have the ability to insert a question stem, and there are some great ones there, but I'm going to go ahead and make up my own question. So my question is, what do you think they will do to make money for running the zoo? I can assign it some points. So if I want this to have a 5-point value, I can change that. And once I click Create, it will place this question right into this web page. They don't have to go back and forth to another document. It puts it right there. And once the students have answered it, I'll come and show you how you can see your answers. Now, if there's a way that I wanted to highlight something in particular, for example, a lot of the students maybe don't realize that COVID-19 is also referred to as the current pandemic. So one of the things that I could do is use the highlight button. I can highlight some text. When I release, I have a paintbrush so I can change it to one of 3 different colors, and I also can add a little bit of text. So I'm going to say our current pandemic. So we've used the highlighting tool, we've used the question tool, so now I want to use the sticky note tool. So at the middle of the article, I may want to give them a place that they can go to get more information. So here is some information about Fernando, who is a two-toed sloth, and maybe I want to insert a sticky note there letting them know where they can go get more information. I do want you to notice, however, I can add YouTube links and embed some images and other things in here as well. I can even click that little camera and put a video of myself talking to the students if I'd like, but for now I'm going to add in a little note. So my note is, go to this website to learn more information about Fernando. Terrible example as far as just sending them to Google, but I just wanted to show you quickly that you can insert a note. Now at the end of my article, I would like for my students to have a conversation and a discussion about what their ideas for raising money for the zoos. So I'm going to actually insert a discussion, click on the paragraph above where I'd like that discussion to appear, and insert the discussion topic. So I have, what are some additional ideas you have for raising money for this zoo? And I'm going to click Create. And so that creates a discussion that they can post to. Now, once I've added in all of the questions, discussions, sticky notes, and highlights that I want to, I now get to be able to assign this to a class. Now, let me pause here and tell you that you can have 5 lessons at a time in the free version of InsertLearning, and I had too many. So as you use them, you can delete them and make a new one, so you can keep using your free account. If your school system can't afford to buy an InsertLearning subscription for you, you can have a lower number in your account and just reuse them. So I'm going to click on the Assign button, and notice I could create a class in InsertLearning, but here's the wonderful thing, I can use Google Classroom. So once I click Share to Classroom and confirm that my account can be used with InsertLearning, I can find the class to which I want to assign this particular article. So I'm going to use Miss Smith's 3rd grade class, and I'm going to say Share. As soon as I do that, it is actually posting it in Classroom for me, and you'll get a little done when you're finished. Just to show you what that looks like, I'm going to go over to Miss Smith's class and go to the Classwork tab, and I see an assignment that says World Wide Web, and it will take the title of the article and put it as the name. So what it's done, it says this is an InsertLearning assignment, and it puts the link, and it's already been assigned to my students. So now I'm going to show you what it looks like from a student's perspective. So here's a student in the class going to the World Wide Web assignment. They're going to open the assignment, click on the link, and this is what it looks like to them. They have a few tools over here, so they can highlight some text and add sticky notes that they need in order to process the article. But as they read, they're going to see those things we added in InsertLearning. So here's my little explanation that this is our current pandemic. And here's, after they read, what do you think they will do to make money for running the zoo? So this is my little prediction. So the student can type their answers. So the student's putting, I think they will ask for donations, and notice it's already saved. I didn't have to submit it. So then I continue reading the article. If I wanted to go to this website or click to on the video, whatever's posted, I can do that. And then I'm going to keep reading, and I see that now I have a discussion area, and the discussion question are what are some other ideas. So let's go ahead and post a response as a student. So I think we could make t-shirts and sell them to donate the profits to the zoo. So I'm going to go ahead and click post. Now this has completed all my work in InsertLearning, but what this doesn't do is tell my teacher that I'm finished. So I'm still going to need to come back to my assignment and click Mark as Done when I have completed my InsertLearning assignment. So now I'm going to leave the student view and go back to the teacher view. So from the teacher view, as soon as students have been turning in their assignments, I will see one person has finished theirs. So I want to now discuss with you the best way to go and grade the assignments for InsertLearning. So I'm going to actually open a new tab, and I'm going to go to InsertLearning.com. When you go to this website, you don't have to add it anymore, you've done that, but you do want to click Login in the top right hand corner, and you can click Sign in with Google if it doesn't automatically sign you in. So here is the assignment World Wide Web that we completed, and I'm going to go ahead and open that assignment. And now that we have this assignment open, I can scroll down and look at the responses. So here is my first place that I needed students to submit something to me, so I can click on View All Responses. And what you will notice is a couple of the students haven't answered theirs yet, but I have a student, it tells me the date and time that they answered it. I think they will ask for donations. I can actually add some feedback and enter their score. So I'm going to give them full score for that. So it automatically saves my responses and my score. I can just click out of it. This didn't require me to grade anything, but down on the bottom there were some places where I had my students having a discussion. So in the discussion question, I see where one student posted a discussion, and so I can respond. and I can post my response. So you see kind of how this works back and forth. So this is the way that you would go to see what your students had submitted to you. So this is a great way to be able to have questions, dialogue, and also some support tools with highlighting and sticky notes to give them a scaffold as they're reading whatever article it is. InsertLearning is a great way to keep students interacting in web content. It keeps the questions, the post-its, the highlighting, everything within the article in one place. So they turn it into you and you can access it from the same place right in the middle of the web page without having to worry about going back and forth to a Google Doc or a Google form to answer questions. It keeps that interactivity right in the page. So this is just another tool to make Learn from Home a little more exciting and to give you a little more time to take a breather. Have a great day.